If you're looking to buy a Prebuilt PC because you don't want to build it yourself, I completely understand, and right now there are some great deals on Prebuilt PCs with the back to school deals. I don't know how long they're going to last, so if you're looking for a Prebuilt PC right now is a great time to buy, especially if you want the best price to performance PCs. You will have the links to all of these Prebuilt PCs down below in the video description, and I will also explain what each of these PCs are capable of running in case you're a beginner. That being said, let's start. With the first system we have the 15L from HP with the i7-13700 and the RTX 3060 for $900. If you have less than $900, I completely understand that. For that reason, I will leave also bonus systems in the description for less than $900 and also for more than the most expensive PC on this list that I will mention later. But back to this PC, with this CPU-GPU combo, you can play at 1080p ultra settings with no issues, and you can also start playing at 1440p since you get the RTX 3060 with 12 gigs of VRAM, and the i7-13700 is a great processor for high FPS gaming, especially on the more high demanding CPU titles like Valorant, CSGO, Flight Simulator, and just any game that's more CPU bounded and GPU bounded. You also get 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB of hard drive, and 500 gigs of SSD, so you get enough storage for your games. If you're also thinking of content creation, this PC is awesome since you get the i7 13th Gen, and also the RTX 3060 is pretty decent at content creation. The only thing I would recommend you upgrading if you're a professional content creator on a budget is the RAM. I recommend you going with 32 gigs of RAM, but this is an easy upgrade and it's also not going to be expensive. On a 14 game average at 1080p high quality settings, the RTX 3060 is able to average 116 FPS, which is really high, and then at 1440p with the same 14 game average high quality settings, is able to manage 84 FPS. So whether you want to start playing at 1440p or you want to play 1080p high FPS and high settings, this system is great overall for the price. With the next one we have a more pricey system, but it is much better in terms of gaming performance, and I'm talking about the Nebula from Sky. This one has the i5-12400F, which is worse than the i7-13700 from the Big Tooth one, but you get the RTX 4070 for the graphics card, which is much better than the RTX 3060. To put you in perspective, the RTX 4070 is around 80% faster in rasterized gaming performance than the RTX 3060. So I do recommend you this PC if you're going to play at 1440p ultra settings, since on a 13 game average at 1440p on high to ultra settings is able to average 126 FPS, so it's going to average more than the other PC at 1080p, but of course it's gonna come at a premium at the price of $1,350 by the time that I'm recording this video, because maybe when you're watching this it's not on sale anymore and you will find it at $1,500. So if you find it at $1,350, honestly this is in my opinion the best value Prebuilt PC on the whole market. But of course, if you have less than $1,000 to spend, the Big Tooth 15L is a great choice for 1080p gaming. I would only recommend you upgrading if you're really going to play at 1440p ultra settings, and I wouldn't recommend this PC for 1080p. I think that it's a total overkill, but you can still use it for 1080p if you want. I just think that if you're gonna buy this PC, at least buy a 1440p monitor. With the next one for $1,700, we have the Azure 2. This one has the RTX 4070 as well, but you get a better overall system with the i5-13600K, which is a much better processor than the i5-12400F, especially when it comes to content creation. And then you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5 memory. So if you're a content creator and you're looking to spend around $1,700, this system is a great choice because of the CPU-GPU combo. You also get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is not necessary for the i5-13600K, but if you want to upgrade to an i7 or an i9, the 360 liquid cooler is going to be necessary. So that's a nice to have. You also get 1TB of NVMe SSD and a 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply, which is going to be sufficient for this type of build. So in terms of gaming performance, you're gonna be getting more FPS in really high demanding CPU titles, but for the most part it's going to be around the same performance. It's just going to be better overall for productivity work, content creation, and also for the future. With the next one we have the Omen 40L. This one has the i7-13700K and the RTX 4070 Ti. So this PC is actually like an upgraded version from the Azure that I have just shown you, and the reason being is because you get a slightly better CPU and a slightly better GPU. This will make a difference when it comes to gaming performance, especially because of the RTX 4070 Ti, and it's also slightly better for productivity work since you get the i7 instead of the i5. So yes, you're spending $300 more, but you're getting around 20% faster gaming performance, and in CPU demanding titles that percentage goes up. So if you're looking for a PC for under $2,000, I think this one is the best option for you. I actually have a 4070 Ti test on different titles, so you can go ahead and watch that video if you want to see the estimated performance on this system. You will have it in the top right of the screen. Then for a more expensive one, for $2,500, we have one from Amazon, the Eclipse Gaming PC. This one has the i5 13600K, which is completely fine, but you get the RTX 4080, which is in my opinion one of the best GPUs for 4K resolution. So if you want to play at 4K, I would be looking at this one, since the 4070 Ti is decent at 4K, but the RTX 4080 is a much better option. You also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory and a 1000 watt 80 plus watt power supply, alongside once again a 360 liquid cooler, which is not necessary on this case, but as I said before, for the future is a nice to have. On a 14 game average, 4K high to ultra settings is able to manage 111 FPS, so it's all that you can ask for a 4K GPU, and overall it's an expensive $2,500 system, but it will get the job done at 4K. And if you're looking for an incredible gaming performance at this resolution, I would be looking at getting this PC instead of the last ones. And you can also use it at 1440p since it's able to average around 190 FPS on high to ultra settings, but in my opinion it's an overkill for 1440p, and honestly you can save a ton of money by going with the 40L and getting the 4070 Ti, which is going to be more than enough for 1440p resolution. And then with the best one on the list, we have the Eclipse from Skytech, from the Skytech website. If you have the option to buy from Skytech instead of Amazon, it's gonna be better since you are buying directly from the manufacturer, and if you buy from Amazon it's fine, it's just that if something happens to the PC, you're not gonna be able to talk directly to the manufacturer. That's all. But with the best one for $3,300, you can get the i9 13900K and the RTX 4090. This is the best CPU GPU combo in the whole market, in my opinion, if you want gaming but also productivity work. And then you get 32 gigs of RAM, a 420 all-in-one liquid cooler, and a 1200 watt 80 plus watt power supply. So overall you get, in my opinion, the best system that you can get, but it is expensive at $3,300, and it used to be more expensive at $3,800. So if you want to save around $500, honestly, I would recommend you buying this system right now if you want the best of the best. This CPU GPU combo will allow you to get the highest FPS at 4K possible, and also is an amazing system if you are a content creator. The only thing I would recommend you upgrading if you're a content creator is the storage to at least 2 terabytes. Now, if I'm being honest, for most people, the RTX 4080 is going to be more than enough for 4K ultra settings, so I think that this is a bit too much. But anyway, you may want the best of the best, and that's completely fine. Perhaps you have the money, or maybe you do not want to worry about gaming performance at all. That's completely understandable, and that's why I recommend you buying this system if that's the case. Now, if you have even more money, there are more PCs out there. I just didn't put them on the list because they are not going to get you any better gaming performance. They are more for content creators and professionals that do productivity work for a living. So if that's your case, you will have bonuses in the video description, as I said in the beginning. And if you're looking for PC help, I can personally help you. You can click the link to my website in the video description. You can fill out the form, and then I will help you out with the perfect PC for your budget. And believe me when I say I will save you a ton of money when buying a system, because all the time I get people asking me about PC builds or Prebuilt PCs, and usually they are spending $1,500 for a PC that you can get for $1,000. So trust me, if you want to save money and get the best performance for the price, whether it's content creation or gaming, I recommend you getting personal PC help. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.